The year is 1985, and somewhere in the great corn belt of middle America, there exists the small town of Handel Creek. It's a nothing town. It's the kind of town maybe you'd call one horse. It's the sort of town that you're immediately sick of the moment you arrive. The kind of town where maybe sometimes you catch yourself saying something like, man, I wish something would happen in this podunk town. And most of the time you'd be right. Until now. Hall Butcher, wake up! There's a slam at your desk, Hall Butcher, and you awoken from whatever reverie, whatever dream you were in the middle of.
I'm awake.
You are in the class of Mr. Duncan. It's an English class. Mr. Duncan is the kind of teacher that seems like he's always seconds away from physical violence with a student. You know the kind of teacher where you're like, you'll never hit a kid, but you want to every day.
We had one. He went away for 2 years to get anger management training and then came back. And instead of fighting people, he just counted backwards from 10 and it did not work. He was always angrier at 10 because he'd one, because he'd wasted 10 seconds trying to calm down in a failed attempt.
Nothing makes an angry person angrier than trying to calm down.
And numbers.
It can't work.
Would you like to explain to me why you were asleep in my class?
I would not sleep.
You can see the rest of the class, it's maybe second period, and the rest of the class are all turning back and looking at you. You can see Peg in the front row looking back at you with a smirk on her face.
I wasn't asleep. I was, meditating.
Can I get you to roll charm? To convince Mr. Duncan you were meditating.
That's cool. Say you were staying up late doing something cool.
No, because then if I was asleep, I'd get my ass kicked.
Yeah, if he's meditating, maybe Mr. Duncan will be like, cool, dude.
I do that to stop from getting angry. It doesn't work. Oh, no.
Okay.
It does not
no.
Meditating?
No, I didn't say that. I was...
Well, I don't know, but I feel like I heard it clear as day. You said meditating.
I think I meant thinking is what I meant. Like
You
meditating
think,
on a
he
thought.
turns to the rest of the class. You think you meant thinking.
Yes, Miss Duncan, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you're quite done, would you like to approach the board or approach the class? And would you like to give your report on the river Euphrates? Please.
Jackson. Rick.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, and how, obviously, it relates to George Orwell's Animal Farm. Okay. He sits back at his desk. You can see that there is like a psychopathic grin on the face of Mr. Duncan because he is well aware that you have not done your stuff. Or maybe you have. We'll see.
So, I'd like to give my presentation about the Euphrates River and how it relates to George Orwell's Animal Farm.
You can see in the front row, Peg Lively is chewing gum, blows a big bubble and pops it, smiling at you.
So, now, in George Orwell's book, Animal Farm...
I like to imagine that, if we were cutting away, there would just be your bag at home that you've forgotten with Animal Farm stuck in the top, not touched. Maybe still in its original packaging.
There are pigs. Now, pigs in the book live in mud. And mud comes from water and river. And not like that's... So, like the Euphrates River, the people near the river Euphrates, which is the name of the river, the Euphrates River, also live and survive in mud, much like the pigs do. You can see in George Orwell's
vein bulging on the head of Mr. Duncan.
Animal Farm. However, in the Euphrates, they have other animals too, like, come on, what other animals live in the farm? Horse and a duck.
Can I get you to roll a charm heart, please?
Just charming the heart of your teacher.
Oh boy. Okay, here we go.
This is...
I got 2 sixes,
You got 2
baby.
sixes. All right. So obviously, as with an extra bonus, you can buy an extra benefit. Okay. Would you can basically persuade, I'll say, another person in class that your talk or your report is legitimate. I'll give you that. In the front row, you can see Peg. You can also see your friend Chuck Larson.
Yep.
So different to Chuck Rivers,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
another. There's a lot of Chucks in your town. And your other friend Fred Birch. They're looking at you. You can see Chuck, maybe he's like a bit unsure, but they're staring at you. You can also see that the rest of the class is a kind of bevy of other students, unless it's anybody that I've not mentioned that you would also like to impress with your speech. There's also Peg, obviously.
I want to impress Manifold Redding.
Okay, Manifold Redding, your arch rival.
My arch nemesis.
Yeah, your arch nemesis, brand new kid at the school. He's up the back of the class. The moment Manifold Redding arrived, not only did he outclass you on the lacrosse field,
Don't talk about that. I'm sore. It hurts.
also, he became quite popular with some of the ladies at Handel Creek High. He's a very attractive young man.
Absolutely Peg Lively, which is bullshit.
Manifold Redding is sitting up the back. Maybe he's not even paying attention to you, but you're going to pick Manifold?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to impress my arch nemesis.
Manifold sticks up his head, and maybe he's not impressed by your report because obviously, or maybe he doesn't believe your report because it's insane. Your report would be poor coming from like a kid of 5. So, coming from a 14-year-old, it's.
Coming from a 28-year-old man, it's fucking disgraceful.
But Manifold Redding is impressed with your gall and your moxie to get up in front of the class and just bullshit everyone. Maybe it gives you like a kind of like a appreciative nod as you continue your report. You can see that maybe again you've not convinced Mr. Duncan that you've done your report, but you've at least made him so disappointed in his teaching ability that he's no longer angry, he's just sad. Well, that's enough, Mr. Butcher.
Thank you,
It is
Mr.
clear
Duncan.
you did not do your report.
Well, is it?
Do not backtalk me,
Okay.
Mr. Butcher, unless you would like to march and join your sister in the principal's office.
What'd she do now?
Oh no.
In the principal's office. Sitting across from the ever-weary Mr. Ham. Well, you call him Mr. Ham. His real name is Mr. Fatherham, but everybody calls him Mr. Ham. He doesn't like it.
Oh, did he invent the radio? Fuck, do I think he invented the radio?
Nobody's clear how a ham radio works except for Chuck Rivers. Mr. Ham, he's the kind of principal that he's not angry, he's just weary. You know, he's got a student body that he's dealing with every single year that, in his eyes, just keeps getting worse. You're sitting, Holly Butcher, across from him. He's got his head in his hands. Holly. Well, would you like to tell us what we found when we opened up your desk and had a look inside? Could you please explain to us, what we found in there?
Stationery.
Well, no, miss.
Well, yes.
Oh my. Well, no, miss. We did not find stationery, strictly.
Technically, it did.
Okay. Don't come at me with the technicalities. Can you explain how you had, shall we say, modified that stationery to suit another purpose?
Well, I was being inventive and ensuring that to reduce wastefulness,
Okay.
that the stationery had
Okay.
2 uses at all times.
Okay.
So,
Could you explain to me what one of those uses was and not the use of using it as though it were actually stationary?
well, the protractor could be used as a ruler for drawing
Okay,
lines.
you had sharpened your protractors. You had created some kind of a knife
It's not
out
knife.
of your rollers.
That's not a knife. That's a shiv.
Okay. Okay, I'm not going to lose my temper, Miss Butcher. But you have to understand, manufacturing weapons on school grounds.
Improving stationery is
Okay.
not manufacturing a weapon. I'm allowed to sharpen my pencils.
Yes, we
Why-
have a specific situation here at this school in which you can sharpen a pencil.
So
Okay,
why
that is to
can't-
make it more effective as a pencil.
I'm making it more effective.
Ma'am, do not raise your voice to me. I am your principal. Okay.
What if I'm one of those genius kids?
Okay, well.
What if I'm one of the special ones who has a gift?
Okay, well, we can clear.
Genius kids.
What if I have a gift and you're squandering my talent? You know, the military pays top dollar for talent, and I think I'm in June. Have you ever seen spy movies, sir?
Can I get you
the
to
ones
roll
where
charm, please?
the shoe is a phone?
I have seen the television program Get Smart. I watch it every night with my mother.
I got a 6.
Okay.
Maybe I got smart, sir.
Seems like you and your brother, the Butcher children, have a real knack for wearing down teachers.
Much like I wear down the edges.
Mr. Ham rubs his head. Okay, Holly. Well, I have been instructed by your teacher that you were to have a detention. Okay. I'm giving you a pink slip. You are to go to your class. That is room 102. Okay. And you are to spend recess in there by yourself.
Recess?
Yes. You are losing your recess.
That's not
fair. We
fair.
do not... Okay.
That's not fair at all.
We do not manufacture weapons on school grounds.
I do not manufacture weapons on school
last
property. I do it at home, and I bring them in.
Would you like to lose lunch too, young woman? That's what I thought. Now turn around and march yourself to your classroom. As you walk out the door, Holly Butcher, you see Hall Butcher, who's approaching the principal's office.
He's got a weapon.
I don't have...
He sharpened a tree.
What have you done now, Holly Frog? What you doing now?
What's this?
I've always
Don't call me Frog. I'm not Frog. That's so embarrassing.
Who cares? You can the principal's office. I've always had this. This is just something new I'm trying.
I've always had this. It's something new I'm trying. That's not the same.
Miss Butcher, please stop talking to your brother and march to room 102.
What'd you do?
Mr. Hall.
Oh, I'm actually not going to see you.
Look, Mr. Duncan, perhaps foolishly, has let you go on your own, so...
I'm going to go see the coach. I got the 6.
Well, okay now. Why are you out of class?
Oh, I got a thing. I got to see Coach West about lacrosse on the weekend. We got a big game.
Okay,
coming
okay,
up,
no, go Wild Hogs.
Go Wild Hogs, oh yeah.
No.
That's bad. When Mr. Ham does that, his jowls jiggle up and down.
Oh.
It's gross. All right, then.
Okay.
You shut the door, and the two of you, unsupervised, are instructed. Well, you, I guess, could do what you like, but you have to head to room 102.
Are you done?
Nothing I haven't already done.
You making weapons again? You can't do that. Mom's gonna kick your ass if she finds out you've been doing more weapon stuff again. I'm talking with a toothpick in my mouth, but it's cool for the ladies.
Don't tell Mom.
All right, little
Please.
frog, I won't tell anybody. You don't tell her that I was not going to the principal's office.
What did you do?
You know,
No, I don't.
it's not what I did. It's what I didn't do. And what I didn't do was read that dumb book.
Oh, the pig one?
Yeah, I know how farms work. We got them everywhere. I don't need to read another one. It's getting in the way of other stuff. Besides, I was distracted. There was the whole M-U-M-M-Y thing last night.
Shut up.
So I spelt it because some kids right here can't spell that word because it's 5 letters long.
Let me just jot down the note.
5-letter words is $10 words here.
Dumb ass student what? Okay.
I'll do your deal. You go to detention. I'll go to the coach. And then I'll come back in 10 minutes and I'll get you out of detention. Say it's a family emergency.
You do that for me?
You don't tell anybody that I didn't do my homework.
What homework you didn't do?
That's the way, little frog.
Okay. You head to room 102. You can see Miss Archer, who's one of the kinder teachers at the school. She's there. Maybe she's just marking. When you come in, she's like, "Oh, Holly Butcher, what you done this time?" She kind of gestures for you to take a seat.
Been inventive in my own right.
You've been creating little knives and what have yous.
My genius remains unrecognized. And
Okay, you've been instructed to write lines or some such, or just sitting here and wait it out? Is a lie about to come out of your mouth? Yes.
I had to get new stationery.
you had to get new stationery, roll your charm. Because, God, you kids lie a lot.
We are kids.
Yeah, no, hey, I get it.
Nah.
Oh, that was nearly a 6.
Yeah, that was so close. Sit down, Harley Butcher. Okay, you lost your recess. All right, you walk out onto the back oval of... Huh?
Has she given me a pencil?
Yeah, she probably has. She's probably given you a pencil and a sheet of paper for you to write, I will not construct weapons on school grounds again and again. Maybe 100 times.
Okay.
Are you going to try and sharpen this pencil?
Well,
I mean, it wouldn't be you if you did.
I
guess.
want to start drawing with the pencil and just go really hard so it snaps.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Archer,
Yes.
can I sharpen this?
Okay, there's a waste paper basket right here, and I'm going to watch you the whole time.
All right.
Okay, she gives you a pencil sharpener. You're going to just keep sharpening the pencil?
Yes.
Okay, that's plenty sharp now. Back to your seat. Miss Butcher, back to your seat.
Sorry.
Okay, you've got a very sharp pencil. In fact, add it as one of your items.
Okay. Do you have a-
Yes, I do have a pencil. Very sharp pencil.
Don't give Cass a pencil. She'll turn it into a weapon.
I also pocketed the sharpener.
All right. Very sharp pencil, and then in the little box next to it, put a 1. That's 1 extra dice for if you use it in any situation.
Can I write lame ass toothpick?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. And 1 as well for any situation, you'll get an extra dice.
And sharpener.
Yeah, and sharpener, which I guess you get a 1, but I can't imagine any situation other than sharpening a pencil where you'll use it.
Hey, I know how sharpeners are made.
Hey, that's true. There's a blade in there. Oh my god, your parents are so lovely. Hall Butcher, you walk across the back oval to the coach's office, which is sort of like not a shed, but it's attached to the oval. It's like a building there. It tends to be occupied. You can't see anybody doing like laps or anything on the oval at the moment. You think it's just kind of all quiet, as it were. Knocking on the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna say coach.
Okay, you knock on the door. Maybe you're familiar enough that you knock and open it. And you can see the coach is in there, and he's got one of those bats with a ball attached. He's just like, duk, 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 duk. The moment you open the door, he's like, whoa, what? Yo, it's just you. Duk, duk, duk,
Hey,
duk,
Coach
duk.
West.
What can I help you with there, son?
I'm just gonna lay low here for a bit for reasons.
Hey, kind of duk, duk, duk. Animal Farm?
That book is so boring.
Oh, who cares
There are
about
farms all around us, Coach.
I understand.
See,
Take a seat.
thank you very much. And I'd rather be focusing on what I'm good at, which is
Lacrosse. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Puts the ball and bat down. So what's been happening there? Tell me what's new in the world of what's new in the world of Hall Butcher.
So internally,
Yeah.
Hall's brain is like, mommy. There's another small part of Hall's brain like, shut up.
You're looking conflicted.
Well, I'm just wondering when I might get my old starting position back.
Oh well,
Aw.
can I get you to roll empathy, please?
Oh no, that's so sad.
4, 5.
You're a child. You don't know how to. You think it's something you've done
Oh,
wrong.
I punched the mic. That's good. I got a 6 though.
Rats.
So I'm
Hey!
gonna punch the mic every time. Cop it.
Well, you can see that there's a look of pain on Donovan's face, on Coach Donovan West's face. You can see that he's uncomfortable. Oh well, he starts to like kind of play around with some stuff on his desk. We'll get looking into that. Yeah, for sure. We got that game tonight.
Yeah.
If you'll recall, we got
Yeah.
that game this evening, end of the school day, against the East Horton Pigeons.
Hate them pigeons.
What a terrible hand gesture.
Yeah.
The tongue.
So much better.
So much more frightening.
Real strong.
A pigeon.
Yeah.
I ain't scared of it. Who cares?
I could
A hog. A hog.
Oh, I wouldn't fight a hog. I
I'm
mean, I would
scared
because
of
I'm brave,
hogs.
but I wouldn't fight a pigeon. I'd even
You're
fight.
braver than I. You're braver
Kick
than
a
I.
pigeon in the head.
Can I get you to roll empathize again, actually? Just for this little conversation here.
Is that mind?
Yes. Yeah. Empathize mind.
3 6s.
3 6s.
Does that give me? Do I win? Did I just
You've
win the
won
game?
the game. So you can tell that not only is Donovan West very happy that you're no longer talking about your position on the lacrosse team, but you can also, if you want, figure out the weak spot of Donovan. You can figure out what to say to maybe get in favor with him. And you can just figure out what they're doing, what they want, if they're lying, kind of anything you want to know about Coach Donovan at this moment.
I want to know how to get back into his favor so he'll put me back on the wing.
Okay, so you want to know not how to be like better at lacrosse. You want to know what you could do for Coach Donovan?
Jackson.
Yes.
Can't get better at lacrosse.
You're already the best.
Fuck yeah, I am.
Such a child brain.
Don't read no books.
You know that Coach Donovan maybe has a little bit of a crush on Miss Archer. And you know that if you got him in Miss Archer's good books, maybe he would look upon you more favorably. Yeah, that's what you can kind of tell from maybe just in that moment, like he has a small, like he looks off into the middle distance and you're like, he's thinking about Miss Archer. Oh, I know what I can do.
Thanks for the pep talk, Coach. I'm looking forward to the game
Anytime.
tonight. And, I got to go pick my sister up from Miss Archer's office.
You can see his eyes like kind of, they don't widen, but there's like a minute reaction on his face.
You need me to do anything while I'm doing that for you, Coach? A lot of that for the coach because he's got a lot on his mind. Big game.
I do. If you could do anything for me, I'll put in a good word, I guess.
I'll tell her to come to the game tonight.
Oh, yeah, that sounds great. It's all about school spirit. So
Exactly.
if you get...
She'd come there, she'd stand next to you,
That'd
you
be
both
great. He
cheer
picks
us on
up the
together.
bat again. Duk, 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 duk. That'd be real good.
You're working up a record there,
Oh,
Coach.
yeah, I'll get it. I'll get it.
Yeah, go Hogs!
Oh. It's the foulest action.
Oh, it's gross.
So
I
gross.
love it.
You. It's great to imagine a bunch of like Handel Creek high school like cheerleaders
Yeah.
doing like a big number and then ending it.
Ready? Okay.
Go Wild Hogs!
Oh, far out. That's amazing.
You head back to room 102, back into school, and you can see that sitting at a desk is Holly Butcher. You're just sitting there, and Miss Archer is sitting behind her desk at the front of the class, still marking.
Can Miss Archer see me?
And she's not. Doesn't look like she's looking at you at the moment.
Has Holly spotted me?
Holly, I'll get you to make a investigate roll if I could to spot your brother peeping in through the window. Nope, you do not see.
I see the desk in front of me.
Maybe you're like, because your pencil's not sharp enough.
I'm doing like frog faces at her. It's like, boring. Okay, who's dead? Who's dead? Nana died last week.
That's crazy.
Grandpa.
No, Nana died last week. Very sad.
Grandpa hasn't died for a few weeks. Maybe we give him a run again. No, it's just pretty clever. Maybe it's just a nondescript family emergency. So we're doing Hall Butcher. You got this, son.
All right, you open the door and Miss Archer looks up at you. Yes, Hall?
Miss Archer, I have to take Holly out from here. There's been a nondescript family emergency.
Roll your charm. Nondescript. Nothing less suspicious than a nondescript family emergency.
Can I do a roll to support?
Yeah, absolutely. You actually can. If you make a charm roll, you can add your successes.
I got 3
So,
ones.
Holly, make a roll as well, and you can add your successes to Hall.
What are you for charm? How am I more charming than you?
Oh no, not descript.
Miss Archer puts her hands on her hips. You butcher children. Well, all right, Holly. Look, you spent enough time in here. You're looking pretty sad. You're looking pretty sour. All right, you promise you ain't gonna make any more weapons on school ground
I'll make sure she doesn't this week.
this week?
Thank you, Miss Archer.
Okay.
Oh, before I go, we got a big game tonight. Wild Hogs taking on the Pigeons. Go Hogs.
Of course.
I think Coach West would really appreciate if we had more teachers supporting us. And since you're a great teacher who supports us all the
Can
time.
I get you both to make an empathy roll to see what the mention of Coach Donovan West does to Miss Archer? Miss Maisie Archer.
Empathy, did you say?
Yes, empathy.
Oh, I got none.
I got 99 problems and empathy isn't one of them.
Hey,
Hey,
six.
6.
I do not.
Okay, you got no idea. You're just happy to be out of detention. But Hall, you can see that it's not a look of like, oh, this is exciting. It's more a look of like, oh, Coach Donovan, why would he invite me to the game? That's weird. But she's like, I'm trying to make an appearance, of course.
Great.
All right. Just at that moment, that's not a recess bell. Ding, 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 ding.
No.
That's the
I want
pigeons.
the cricket pigeon bell.
Oh, the pigeon.
Someone's holding a phone to the PA.
The recess bell goes, and you can hear the chorus of children leaving their classrooms. You're kind of almost so instantly you don't even notice it, just surrounded by the many kids of Handel Creek High. What would you like to do?
I'm going to go find Fred and Chuck.
Yep.
And just be like, Frog, don't make any weapons. Okay, no, all right. I know you can't not do that. Don't get caught.
I'll try. I shouldn't have kept him in my desk.
No, give him it. You got that weird kid? The rutabaga
The one whose head looks like a rutabaga.
The rutabaga kid, yeah.
Rutabaga pit. Put him on his desk. He's an idiot.
He's as smart as a rutabaga.
He's as smart as a rutabaga.
He's as dumb as a rutabaga.
He's as dumb as a rutabaga.
Poor rutabaga kid. What's his name? Nobody knows his real name. All right, you head off to find Chuck and Fred. You disappear into the throng of children, and almost the moment he's disappeared, Holly, you hear a very familiar chorus. It's the Flamingo Girls, and they're singing a very cruel rhyme that they often sing about you. Little Holly homicide, little Holly homicide. The three of them, sans Peg Lively, they approach you. Heard you got in trouble for making weapons in class, did you? You gonna stab someone? What's wrong with you?
If you're
The
lucky,
girls laugh.
stab you.
You get, oh my God, do you hear that? One of them stands up. You know these girls, they're Becky, Annie, and Jessie. And Becky, kind of the ringleader when Peg isn't around. Becky gets up and she's like, do you hear that, everybody? Everybody, Holly Butcher's going to stab me with one of her protractors. Holly Butcher's going to stab me. People don't seem to care as they walk past, but it hurts none the same. You're so angry all the time.
You're so stupid.
Can I get you to make a charm roll to upset this girl with your really quite meaningless comment? Wow! All right, forget I said anything.
I got two sixes. What do you know? She's really self-conscious about that.
She's a teenage girl.
So, you can get some bonuses with that extra 6. You can make her infatuated with you. You can make her frightened, confused, or impressed. You can try to make she will persuade others to believe what you just said if you want. And otherwise, she'll just be more inclined to listen to you.
So this was Becky?
Yeah, this is Becky, this sort of semi-ringleader. Second in command when Peg's not around.
That's why she's so insecure.
Yeah.
I would like Becky to genuinely fear me.
Okay.
I want her to be like, oh no. I want her to think maybe she's psychic a bit. Like childhood fear to be like, oh no, maybe all the things I've been mocking her for are all real.
Okay, Becky, you can see it. Maybe she's about to like start her song again. And she's like, little, anyway, whatever. We don't even, why are we even talking to you?
No, stay.
The other two girls
I grab
are
her
like,
hand.
oh my God, you're letting her touch you? Becky's like, she pulls her hand away from you. You're gonna keep
I don't let her.
Okay, can I get you to make a force roll?
Oh,
You're gonna
wow.
fight a girl on school property.
I'm not going to fight her. We're just holding hands.
Oh, that's creepy as shit.
Okay. She slips her hand out like quick smart. Oh my God. Why would you even do that? Come on, let's go. The other two flamingo girls are like confused by this, but the moment Becky starts to leave, they follow her. They like turn around. Maybe one of them like pokes her tongue out at you or something like that. Or maybe
Bye,
one of them's
friends.
like, and pretends to stab the air. Like, the other two aren't scared of you, but you have definitely put the willies to Becky.
First time there's something. Oh, it's bad.
The two girls leave, and you can hear, maybe from behind you, Peg's voice. Peg's like, I'm so sorry about that. I don't know. They got a problem. Are you okay?
Yeah. Why do they pick on me?
I don't know. You're different. You're weird. You are weird.
Yeah.
You have made weapons. Everybody knows.
It's
strange.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, no judgment, but like, it's.
But why,
Peg's good.
Yeah.
why don't you make fun of me, Peg?
Well, yeah. She has in the past. It's just.
But she's
rare.
stopped now.
Well, yeah, she seems far more sympathetic toward you today than ever previously. She's never engaged in the singing, but like she'll do sort of smaller bullying, sort of like never let you sit at the table. She'll, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
She's like, well, I'm about to head to the lunchroom if you'd like to come with. I feel like we should talk about last night. Yeah. Okay.
Shh.
Okay. You approach your good friends. You can see that maybe they're sitting outside near the back oval, Chuck and Fred. Maybe they're pushing each other as part of a game.
As I walk up to this,
Go Wild Hogs!
go Hogs!
Yeah, go Hogs.
Hey boys,
How you doing?
hey good. Did you like my essay today?
Yeah, they both just like burst into raucous laughter.
Oh.
You had no fucking idea. You had no fucking idea what your report was on.
I don't even know who Euphrates River is. Is he
know.
related to Chuck?
I don't know what. Do you mean me, Chuck?
No, not you. Oh, God damn it. Chuck River.
Chuck's dumb as a bag of bricks. He's just one of those kids born not clever,
Hey, Fred, can you hit Chuck for me? I don't want to get any stupider by touching him.
Fred. Oh, fuck. Well done.
Oh, that's
Fred
great.
corks Chuck. Like, thumb out, slams it. Chuck just does like but he like cops it. Chuck's cool like that. Yeah.
That's with your thumb.
That's a corking.
It's a corky.
You cork someone. You meant to do it on the...
You did with it.
Oh, I mean, you can... I don't know. As long as...
You don't punch anyone like that. You kind of...
Yeah, it's
I thought
kind
it
of...
was with your knuckles.
No, I
with
do
the
it with
knuckle,
your thumb,
yeah.
isn't it? You don't do it with your thumb? Isn't that a corky?
That would hurt
Why are
you.
you punching him with the tip of your thumb,
I
Jackson?
don't know. Maybe I'm as clever as
No.
Chuck. Maybe that's what we're learning right now.
That was the rutabaga kid. Oh, man.
Yeah, they're like, what? Aren't you meant to be in detention right now?
Do you remember when Miss Duncan told the principal what I was going to the principal's office for?
Yeah. Well, no, he did. Well, no, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
Oh, I see.
I was trying to see Coach West instead, came back, and here I am, free as a bird because...
Aren't you scared Mr. Duncan will see you?
Scared of Mr. Why would I be scared of Mr.
Well,
Duncan?
he got to know you're not in the principal's office of detention.
Yeah, and I'll just be like, I was there, and the principal sent me back. Hey, Mr. Ham hates Mr. Duncan. Everybody hates Mr. Duncan.
Everybody does hate
Mr. Duncan hates Mr. Duncan.
It's at that moment that you can see, amongst the throng of children, or maybe heading through the kind of hallway where all the lockers are, to outside where you are with Fred and Chuck, Mr. Duncan. And he's walking kind of angrily. He's doing that walk, you know when somebody's wading through water? Where they're kind of like that?
Yeah.
That's him, but with the student body.
Hey, boys.
Yeah.
You reckon he's walking over here?
Well, and the door's open. He turns and looks at you, and you can see that vein is in his head again, bulging.
He looks mad.
Mr. Butcher,
I look behind me. Like,
I'm talking to you. I just had an interesting conversation with the principal.
oh, yeah, and?
The principal, well, he said
Yeah.
that you told him
Yeah,
that you didn't have detention.
that's right.
Okay, but I distinctly, and I have a great memory.
Okay.
I distinctly remember saying that you had detention. You, Holly, can see this down the hallway. You can see that your brother is being harassed by Mr. Bush. Well, not really harassed. It's legitimate. But you can see that, Mr. Duncan is giving him the business.
I'm pretty sure you didn't tell me to go to detention. Fred and Chuck, did you remember Miss Duncan told me to go to detention?
I remember you said no
Chuck!
detention.
Yeah, was that Chuck? No, it was Fred.
Can I?
That's Fred, yeah.
Can I run up?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, hello. I'm sorry, Mr. Duncan. I'm sorry.
Frog.
Well, I also had a detention, but
I'm sure you did. That's not surprising.
Well, you see, we had a family emergency.
Yeah.
You can ask Mrs.
Archer.
Archer.
can ask
I nearly
Coach
said
West.
Arbuckle.
He'll say that's why I was there. He saw me
Oh,
go.
I'm sure Coach West will back your
Yes,
story.
he
Yeah.
absolutely will. He's
We-
an upstanding member of the school.
We had.
Well, I'll go chat to Maisie. That's Miss Archer. Right now.
Who's amazing?
And I'll come back to see if your story's legitimate.
Okay.
Mr. Duncan turns around and marches back down the hallway.
As he's
We gotta
walking
run.
away, these ones.
We gotta leave.
We
We gotta leave, and we gotta hurt someone in the family to justify what has happened today.
We're not hurting anyone. You reckon Miss Archer's gonna rat us out? And even if she does, I've got Coach West, and Coach West will say exactly what I just said.
Can I get the two of you to make a investigate roll?
Yep.
I got four sixes.
Four
Four
sixes.
sixes.
Okay.
Does that mean you solved the game? Like where the
You
mummy
figured out
comes
the
from?
mummy, everything.
I got 2 6s.
Okay, so the two of you can see down on the edge of the oval, Mortimer. And you can see that Mortimer is accompanied by a very tall adult. But at this distance, it's hard to tell what exactly is going on. Except, you got so many successes, the two of you, that you can ask any questions and I'll have to answer truthfully.
Hey Jackson.
Yeah, what up?
Cass, you think what I'm thinking?
Is the adult pretty wrapped up in, like, mummy rags?
It seems like the adult is wearing a fringe jacket, denim jeans.
Like a cowboy.
Yeah, like a cowboy jacket, denim jeans, has a big hat on and a scarf around its face, and maybe like Air Jordans or something. But you can see from this distance, because maybe you're just, the moment you see it, you put two and two together, that the small window between bandana and hat is terrifying mummy eyes. And you can see that Mortimer seems like he's talking to the mummy. He's like laughing it up, yucking it up, whereas the mummy's just kind of standing there like this.
Shoot. I run down.
Okay, Peg Lively is with you.
I grab Peg and I grab Hole and we run.
I turn to the boys. You guys go do something. I've got a nondescript family emergency to get to.
Chuck looks at you and he's like, Peg Lively.
That is it, my boy. Get the hell out of here.
He gives you like, oh my God. And they run inside. Maybe as they walk inside, Chuck, not your friend Chuck, but the other Chuck River.
There's so many Chucks
There's
in this town.
a whole
You
mess
just
of
know.
Chucks at
There's
this
at least
school.
3 Chucks in Chuck River's family.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey,
As they
look,
pass,
that's 60, 70 something children.
that's a lot of Chucks. As they pass, maybe the two Chucks high five and they're like, hey, Chuck team. And then they walk outside. Chuck check is what they say. Chuck check.
If the Chucks unionized, decided to take on the school,
We got
they
a
would
real
win.
problem with Chucks in this community. Okay, Chuck Rivers. He opens the thing and he's like, hey, I've been looking for you guys everywhere. He points to Mortimer and the mummy.
Yeah, we saw that.
I saw them coming in on the road. They walked here for some reason. He shouldn't have the mummy at school, right?
For a big nerdy kid who loves reading books and Rubik's Cubes, he is dumb as shit.
Mortimer, you see him, he waves to you and he gestures for you to come down.
I walk down.
Okay, you all collectively arrive, and you can see that Mortimer is dressed up Ankhoteps in presumably a combination of his parents' clothes and his own clothes.
Oh wow, Mort, you got a cowboy with you.
Well, I didn't think I could leave him at home, you know.
Hey, Ankhoteps. Mort, what did you expect? What?
Well, you know, he kind
No.
of like gestures up and down. You can't even tell. Ankhoteps just swivels around to you with the jerkiest, least human motions imaginable.
Mort, we were on the other side of the field.
Well, you know he's your mummy. That doesn't count.
He's
I
3
saw
foot.
you with your friends. Did they know he was your mummy?
Chuck and Fred have a brain between them. Fred's got most of it, and he's got no eyesight, but refuses to wear glasses because people call him Four Eyes. So they're a bad example.
Okay, well, let's test it then.
I do not think we should test it.
I think we should.
Mort, did you read up at all on the Book of the Dead?
No, I've been too busy with my new friend.
No, Mort.
You can see streaming out of the school, of the physical building, the students who presumably had their lunch and they're coming down into the kind of oval area to get some fresh air and maybe hang out away from the building.
Mort, we gotta go. We gotta leave now. Mort,
You
we're
can also
close
see
to the...
the almost red head of Mr. Duncan, who's over kind of amongst the crowd and pointing at you guys.
Okay.
You gotta leave, Mort. He's gonna kill us.
All right. I can't believe I'm about to say this. You guys go. I'll distract Mr. Duncan. Stupid onion head Mr. Duncan. He's angry at me. But if he comes over here, all right. He is an idiot, but he's going to notice this is a mommy dressed as a cowboy.
Well, okay, well, we'll take it inside, or we take it away. We take it away. Okay?
Take it home.
Go home, Mort.
But I gotta be at school.
Mort!
I need to get an education.
Mort, you are not learning anything today. Have you read Animal Farm?
Of course.
So you don't need to be here.
You know...
You're getting too animated.
You know more than him.
You're holding the knife out.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
This isn't this. You're doing great, Ankhoteps.
Ankhoteps has one hand extended towards Mr. Duncan, who's running down with his kind of arms swinging up near his titties towards you guys.
Mort, what's he doing?
He's coming down towards you. Oh, you mean Ankhoteps?
Yes, Mort.
Oh, I don't know. Pointing out Mr. Duncan, I guess.
I can see Mr. Duncan. I will take care of Mr. Duncan. You gotta get out of here.
You can see that the ground in front of Mr. Duncan is beginning to kind of swirl, and the dirt of the oval is slowly becoming sand.
Mort. Ankhoteps.
Ankhoteps
Hey,
giving you a
hey.
thumbs
No. Hey, sweetie.
Mr. Duncan's like, he's beginning to sink.
I look at Peg.
Ankhoteps.
Part of me really wants to thumbs up.
Oh my god, I think Mr. Duncan's gonna die.
Ankhoteps. No. I put the knife away. Hey.
Let's make that a charm roll against the mummy.
Charming a mummy.
I'm pretty charming, mate.
Ah!
Oh, no.
Okay.
I offend the mummy with my hand gestures.
You can see at this point Mortimer has also realized that what's happening is no good, and he's trying to pull Ankhoteps away. Ankhoteps seems like he's kind of realizing, but you can see that Mr. Duncan is, as Ankhoteps and Mortimer begin to march away, maybe off around the back of the oval, back into the corn, you can see that the sand is slowly becoming dirt again, and Mr. Duncan is trapped up to his waist. Peg's like, I don't know exactly what we're going to tell anybody about this.
Well, I suppose if it's so unbelievable there's nothing to tell, and running might just be an okay option for us at this point.
You watch as Mortimer and Ankhoteps disappear into the corn. Mortimer has begun talking again, like, oh, and and we were going down to this back about maybe a year ago.
Get him back. If the mummy can do that,
Mr. Duncan
can
is
undo
screaming
it.
in the field.
And then we can say it was...
It's dirt. He can dig himself out. We can't dig ourselves out of this
You can
one, though. We
probably
gotta go.
hear Mr. Duncan, get over here right now. Butcher, Hall Butcher, I know you are responsible for whatever has happened to my legs.
What happened to your legs?
Well, I appear to have fallen into a sinkhole.
How am I responsible for a sinkhole, Mr.
I
Duncan?
don't know, but who were you
Are
just...
you saying I'm God?
Get
Are
over
you saying
here.
I'm God, Mr.
Get
Duncan?
over here.
Because if I'm God, I don't got to come
Hall.
over there. I'm God.
Hall, we gotta go.
Okay. I'm sorry, Miss Duncan. There's a nondescript family
We
emergency.
got a family
We gotta go.
emergency!
I know you don't have a family emergency. I know for sure you don't have a family emergency. You, the mummy gang, book it into the cornfield, leaving Mr. Duncan just submerged
It's
into
dirt. He'll be fine.
There are so many animals that live in the dirt.
It's
He's got
worms.
spiders in his bum.
It's worms.
You follow the trail in the corn left by Mortimer and Ankhoteps to a small clearing where Ankhoteps is standing kind of like gormlessly looking into the distance, and Mortimer maybe has got like a big stick of corn and he's like using it like a sword, pretending to sword fight. Oh, hey guys, was this the plan?
This was not the plan. I want to fist bump Ankhoteps though, because that was dope.
Ankhoteps fist bumps you back.
My boy Ankhoteps.
I start smiling and nodding at Ankhoteps.
Ankhoteps smiles and nods.
Mort,
Yes.
what was that?
Ankhoteps can do a whole bunch of cool shit.
That is...
Don't tell my
Like?
parents I said shit. It's all, by the way. Ankhoteps, you can hear him kind of like muttering under his breath, and he's kind of moving away some of the corn to reveal some of the dirt kind of underneath. He's kind of making almost like a canvas out of the dirt.
Mort,
Yes.
what else has he done?
He made a whole bunch of scarabs come out of the sink.
What?
Yeah, scarabs. It's kind of like a bug, and you made a whole bunch of them come out of the sink. Yeah, okay, well, it's not a big deal.
Where bugs supposed to come out?
Well,
No.
we had to crush them and then put them in your backyard before Mom and Dad got home. But yeah, what else has he done? He made some like hieroglyphics to kind of appear. That was cool. I don't know what they said, but he made some.
You got the Egypt book.
Yeah, it's not got a one-to-one, I can like translate.
It's
What's the point of the book then? Yeah, okay, Ankhoteps. What? You gotta
And
not...
you can turn around. You can see that Ankhoteps is on his knees, and in front of the patch of dirt, he's drawn a little picture. You can see that it's a picture of kind of like a crude car and a crude sarcophagus that is open. And you can see a crude drawing of Ankhoteps kind of like next to the coffin. And then he looked at it and he's like, Ankhoteps, shakes his head. He seems like he hates it.
Is that what happened to you?
Ankhoteps, he nods.
I pointed at the car.
Ankhoteps,
Davy?
Ankhoteps,
Mama.
Ankhoteps.
Right. They didn't get away with it.
He shrugs.
Ankhoteps, are you trying to get back in the coffin?
He gives you the big mummy thumbs up.
Ankhoteps, are you trying to go home?
Ankhoteps.
No wonder he was...
Ankhoteps frustratedly gestures to Mort. Ankhoteps.
That's why he was so tired.
Where is the coffin?
Where is it?
He gestures once again to the car and then shrugs.
We gotta find those fake police.
We gotta find them, find out what they know, where they came from, and how we can get their bye-bye.
They came here from Egypt, obviously.
Ankhoteps, as you're saying, like, we gotta help, he puts his two big bandage-bound hands to his chest and kind of gestures to all of you. Ankhoteps. Puts his hand in the middle again.
I go in with my knife because he scares me.
Put my hand in.
Peg Lively and Chuck Rivers, and very excitedly, Mort puts his hand in as well.
Why are you wet, Mort?
Because I was sucking on my hand. Ankhoteps brings his hand up in the air and stands, and though it's hard to see any expression on his gormless, slack-jawed face, he seems, for the first time, truly happy. Where exactly are Mummer and Davy? Find out next time on My Summer with Ankhoteps. And until then, I've been your storyteller, Jackson Bailey.
I've been Cass.
I've been Tom.
Good night.
We hope you enjoyed that episode of Tales from Handel Creek, My Summer with Ankhoteps. If you want to know what happens next, the entire series is available to own right now. Head to sanspantsradio.com to grab every episode in delicious HD, plus an exclusive behind-the-scenes podcast. That's sanspantsradio.com.